went in Marvel Rivals that were low key, I guess, and I'm gonna watch them and talk about them.
That actually kind of went under the
Excuse me.
this past week, so we're gonna go over them for you guys. So starting off with Star-Lord, because we're seeing him a ton right now at the pro level, especially in this tournament over the weekend. And he's
yeah, because like Star-Lord is uninteresting and boring, and that's ironically why he's good. But how did they buff or nerf him?
So just been a lot better in rank. He got an adjustment to his damage range fall off, so now the fall off at 20
is it higher?
Is 65% instead of 60% of his maximum damage.
Okay.
So we got Moon Knight, who got a
nerf
bit of a buff to his survivability. So what they did was increase his base health from 250 to 275. But if you use his right click now and you hit enough targets, his overshield will go up to 375. Then we got
this nigga gets more health than Wolverine, and he can hide in the bushes like a bitch. Why? Why?
Storm, who got a little bit of a nerf. So what they did is they wanted to reduce the frequency of her ultimate, so they changed the energy cost.
Thank God, bro. I was tired of every 5 fucking seconds in comp. The Jaws of Fate! Oh. Supernova! Oh, shit. And you know right after you hear Supernova what you about to hear. The Goddess! Oh. Mantis just ulted, bro. Like, that shit is annoying, bro. Thank God. I don't know why they didn't do this shit like 3 updates ago. Because, like, the best part of Storm has always been her ult. I don't know why this shit has been unchecked for this long. Her Storm's ult deadass carried the character in like the first in season 0. It carried her character from being 0 tier to being like in the middle of the pack, like a B tier, C tier character. She should have been a 0 tier, D tier, F tier, but that ult was so fucking good it was worth having. Then they buffed her and she became a S tier overnight, literally.
From 3100 to 3400. It's not that noticeable so far. Now Thor got a little bit of a buff, but the Thor mains out there, let me know if this is a good enough buff for him, because apparently this is a quality of life upgrade. So the Awakening Rune, there's a new mechanic to it that you can manually cancel
it. Yeah, that's a buff. That's a buff, because like I'm not a Thor main or anything, but one of the biggest weaknesses about Thor, and one of the things that I always as a Wolverine player love to see Thors do, is whenever you use Awakening Rune, I know I can collapse your fucking chest in because you can't go anywhere. Like, if you use Awakening Rune and I Wolverine Pharaoh Leap grab you and throw you into my backline, for the next 5 seconds, that's where you're at. My backline. Because you can't use any movement abilities. You can't manually cancel this move. None of that. So this is a humongous fucking buff for Thor. And this also makes it so that you could get back to farming to get 3 sooner, so that you could pop it and be able to cancel it whenever you want sooner. Because that was a big drawback. So yeah, that's a humongous buff. That can bring Thor from like an A tier to a fucking S tier type change. Not saying that he's A tier, but you get my point.
I don't really see how much use this would have, but Thor,
oh, it has a lot. It has a lot.
To 3 different team abilities, starting with the Jeff NATO. So what they did was they increased the time that it takes to get the fuck out of here!
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of playing comp matches, and every 5 seconds shorty is screaming about the Jaws of Fate. You are a wind goddess. You are supposed to be peeking around corners and reloading the wind. Why are you flipping a fucking shark halfway across the map to fuck with me? I'm just in the back healing my team, vibing. Why you won't fuck with me?
To devour enemies from 1.2 seconds to 1.5. You kind of notice it a little bit. Next up for that, we have the Chilling Assault, the Luna Snow, and Hawkeye. That actually,
please let it be nerfed.
So what they did was the Ice Arrow is what they adjusted from 30 damage to 25 damage. Now they also reduced the stun duration for enemies hit beyond 30 meters from 1.5 to 0.8 seconds.
Okay, so does the stun level fall off?
Damage was 3 meters, but now it's 1 meter. And lastly, they're nerfing.
Thank God. The nerf we really want is the shit shouldn't be able to go through walls. That's what we want. Shouldn't be able to go through walls or shields.
The rocket network. So what they're doing is they're increasing the cooldown time of the armored spider nest from 20
What
seconds
the
to 30
fuck?
seconds.
Why? Why are you nerfing Penny? That bitch sucks, bro. I don't understand. Why do you keep nerfing Penny? She sucks. She sucks, bro. This is like, and I think it's League of Legends where the better nerf Aurelia meme came from. Yeah, League of Legends. Penny is Marvel Rivals Aurelia. Why do you keep nerfing her? Shorty is ass. With her two spider, I swear to God, if anybody on your team has half a brain, let alone two people on your team can take their 2 halves of brain and put it together and use those 2 halves of the brain to shoot Penny's spider mines, 99% of the time her spider mines are on fucking cooldown. Why would you increase her one tool and put it on cooldown? She already sucks and is shitty at blocking damage. Now you're making it even harder for her to block damage? Why? What is the point of this? What is the point of this? That's bad. Why are you nerfing one of the worst characters in the game? Why? I don't get it. This is like giving Black Widow a nerf. You don't need to nerf this bitch. You need a buffer to make her useful. She just got useful and you're making it harder for her to be useful. Why? Nigga, this character is a fucking low elo hell character, boy. Because like in metal ranks, nobody shoots the spider mines at all. Like this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. Anyway, next thing I wanted to showcase is the new Spider-Man emote and whatnot. Spider-Man has a new costume and an emote that changes skin colors. I just saw this like 5 minutes before I got on stream. Just showing it off real quick because it looked kind of cool. Wait, let me pause it because the sound effects were kind of fire too. The one I heard. So I think it's a complete sound effect overall. Oh, you could go stealth mode. I could see this shit being obnoxious for the simple fact when you see Spider-Man in a distance, he looks really small. So imagine if you're on a dark map like Central Park and it goes from this big white shadow, this big white figure flying at you at 100 miles per hour to this big black figure flying at you at 100 miles per hour. That sounds like it could be pretty annoying. Excuse me. Oh, it was just that one sound effect then. I thought there was gonna be a lot of stuff different about that. Anyway, I'm gonna restart the VOD. For any of those of y'all who are new here, simply I will restart the VOD. All you have to do is reload your Twitch. Why did it reopen this tab? Thank you for the W follow. Go ahead and oh, you offering custom artwork. Fuck you and your artwork.